Good stack ups, much better, not being as bent down. Great exit there, DK. Yeah, I'm like, get under us. Cool, so you're right there afterwards anyway. Good work, Victor. Ah, you still didn't stop. Still didn't stop. Yeah, I went on the wrong side. Good look and weave through when you did go through and you shot the gap through. So that was great that you actually looked, checked, over. See if you come up. Yeah, stopped, good. So even you could still even come that little bit more. So even if you come up and you stop there, then before you transition, give it a little bit of a push with the arms to give yourself that little bit of inertia this way still. So that way it's like precision inertia rather than precision up, rather than kind of coming up and then going. So you've stopped in the position, then up a bit more and then go. So you want to think about this shoulder on this side going up and over. Rather than see how you more so tucked the right shoulder under.
Yeah.
Rather than going upwards and putting the left one up and over. And then when you've catched, it's just changed the position. So you've kind of got to change the angle you've changed to that rather than coming up and transitioning here. You kind of come up and transition flatter and then back. And I think that could have been the same with you, Victor, as well.
What does it mean with the shoulder? Like, why does which shoulder matter?
Because if you think about transitioning, if say, see how that's flat, that's small.
Yeah.
If you're transitioning here and you put this one down, it's going to transition you down. Whereas if you put this one up and over, it's going to transition you up.
Oh, I see.
Like
Okay. But does it matter which shoulder you do that with or not?
The outside shoulder.
The outside.
Yeah. If you're going to do the transition blind, then it's the inside shoulder.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
When you
nice.
say with your hands, so pull your hands down like
Yeah,
that.
just like how if you'd go up, you'd go up and you push your hands down. So you'd go up to give that little bit of up motion, and then transition. So you have that inertia to go up and then catch. Whereas if you do nothing and you try to do it, you can try to get that one up and over, but if you've got no momentum and you present hard, the side of your body automatically going to drop, even if you think that one up and over. So you've got to have that little bit of a pop.
So you have to come up there and stop.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
And then kind of go up again.
Yep.
And then go over.
Yeah, and the reason I'm getting you to do it in 2 stages, because otherwise you can just go up and go carrying, and then it'll work. It's just in the beginning it's better to kind of get that precision. Once you nail that, this here will be a piece of piss. But because there's like 3 or 4 different working parts, it's hard to just judge the precision of it more than anything.
Right.
So great levels, great approach. Whoop. So we debrief that. So I thought we'd put a bit of a tone in to orientate us back to the DZ a bit, because we're going to the west a little bit more. So good work, DK. A little bit of a pull there at first, and then I saw you start putting pressure on. That was excellent that you gave that a go, Nellie.
It went about how I thought I was going to go.
That's alright.
I was like, I made contact.
Yeah, so it probably didn't make it as easy because you can see here, just as you went to go for it, we kind of turned a little bit. So it kind of put you on the outside a little, so you can see how that footage, the heading, if you look at the heading from his foot to the cloud and use that as a marker. And now watch as we start going, see how we slightly turn off compared to where that marker was there. So you're already driving out a little bit, so as it goes, it's kind of like you just got flung a little. So you did do the right thing about trying to put some extra speed on with the opposite hand, but because this hand, the one you were docking with, you started reaching and then it went to full stretch, that's what's kind of pulled you over. So you want to try and keep it so your hand, see how DK's arm's almost straight up in front of him, so it's more vertical, it's not as much out to the side. Whereas because your hand was more to the side, that's what's kind of gave you that little bit of drive this direction here. So you might have needed to be a bit more forward.
Okay.
Yeah, good, and the legs. Yeah, so there we go. So you're fucking around with them there. Weird controls, eh?
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, so just fuck around with it on jumps. Just test, see what it's like feeling them wide together. So you don't always have to have them together. And you'll find if you're flying with angle grip that's a bit slower, your back fly position will be more this.
Yeah.
If someone says to you and they're debriefing, you go, oh, that your legs are bent, you need to have them straight, they're full of shit. Because if you're there and you're like this and your arms are wide and they're like that, it means they're just leading the jump slow.
Yep.
So if you go straight, you're going to shoot off and you're going to need more arms to brake rather. So being able to do that is really good just for when you're going slower stuff.
Yep.
But if you need them and you need to be straight, then go straight.
Sweet.
Just going to go back for Nellie real quick again. Ah, that was after the dog. Where was the dog? Okay, got the dog. Boom, off a bit. Good, and you maintained. Yeah, good. You didn't go on the back because I was like, that's excellent. So you missed it. You went above the formation and then came back down. Still on level. Good discipline, not wobbling over the place, nothing like that. That's excellent. Yeah, cool. Alright, Victor.
I had a fucking brain fart there. I was like looking at you while I was holding your hand, thinking like, what if I mirror him? But then you put your foot down, and I automatically went, oh fuck!
That was like when was it you kick him or something the other day?
Yeah.
You just copied him or something?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool, so you've probably come over and see this transition. Watch your right arm, so this arm here.
Yeah.
If you had kept your arm there, you probably would have maintained and not popped, but because you pushed your arm down,
Oh yeah.
that's what's popped you up. And then you've broken with your arms rather than trying to break with the legs.
Yeah.
But good work just staying there, so it's just being smoother and doing less movements throughout the transition.
Yeah.
Good, nice flying, nice and close. That was a good dock. I didn't really feel too much pulling, and when you did pull, you let go, so that's good. Yeah, just smaller movements now, and you'll see here the tension in the arms. Watch this, ready? So your arms are relaxed, and then you go, boom. See how you can see there's so much tension in there?
Yeah.
So you can have your arm in that position, tense or not tense. So now it's just do the positions you're doing. Just try to be more chilled, not chilled, but more
Yeah. Okay.
less tension within them.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's a, I want to get the dog, I want to get the dog, I want to get the dog, get the
Yeah,
dog,
I was like
get the
trying
dog.
to want to get it, but I
Yeah,
want
just
to pull it.
chill, small movements. Bumps are good, collisions are bad. Straight on the gas again. Good. Cool. So for you, when you're on your guts now, Elle, I want you to see how your feet are kind of like toes are pointed in. I just want you to experience what it feels like when you do that.
Okay.
So rolling the feet out. Don't think you have to always fly in it. It's just going to give you a different sensation, just like how I was saying to Kurt, just to experience different things. Might make you feel a little bit less wobbly.
Okay.
It will make you go a bit slower, so you might have to have them like this and straight, rather than like that. It's going to feel a little bit less twitchy.
That's not a great position, though, is it?
Yeah, it's just twitchy. It just makes it wobble. Just less aerodynamic than the other one. So a quick look here. Wookie. Exit wasn't too bad. Yeah, good. And now straight, and now pin the legs. Yeah, so if you had to put them together, instead of sinking down that way, you would have shot forwards.
It's quite a hard position to get
From
back into
from there,
from back
yeah,
to in front.
yeah.
You've got to put more, not extreme, but bigger movements in to
Yeah.
get yourself in front.
Big ones and really straight. Yeah, so you can see how the legs are still a bit wide there, up there. So the arms are much better compared to the last one because your arms are more forward of the body. It looks as though, it's hard to tell from this, but it looks as though your arms are back more. So now it's just getting used to those legs, really straighten them, and then having them together, and that'll really shoot you back from up top. Yeah, it's just the legs. Yeah.
It's good to know that you've only got. You think you're trying everything, and it's only one thing on the video. Like it's like
Yeah.
oh, yeah, got a few more gears to go. Yeah.
That's right. I think that was break off. I went around on that. Cool. So I'll show you that clip again. one. This really shows a very good. Oh shit! Don't want to do that. A really good example, as I showed you this before. So if you're back in. You can see from here, if I go back and I cook it and I go all the way back, there, see that orientation with the legs there, how I'm really straight through?
So you've moved your legs before you've moved your arms?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm really straightening them, and I'm trying to straighten them in not this direction, but in this direction of the body. So I'll see if it's early on, you can see it as well, I think. You'll see it more so when I sink out in the beginning. So I've come out of the plane and I've cooked it and I've gone too flat and sunk down. Like that. So you can see usually what's happening, you'd straighten them, but your legs were like that angle there. So it's just having them even there's just slightly more, because what you can see is almost shoulder hit or hip width. So that way I'm catching as minimal drag on the side as possible, and I'm keep getting all my lift from having the body in as much of a shape like that as possible. And when I drive, what that's going to do is drive me this direction, and because I push the arms down slightly, it's going to pop me up in that direction. If I didn't do the arms, it would just drive me straight down, like it would drive me straight forward. So it's popped us back up. So that's where if you were back around here and you'd done that, it would have popped you forward. So let's see here. So you'd want to do that position, not now, because you would have shot too far forward, but now. See how that's similarity in the orientation where I was before compared to the cameraman?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're in that position there, it's like really just straighten them, and you can see how it's still kind of bent.
Yeah.
Now you have, but they're just apart. And then now if you really do it, because you'll see here. Yeah, you can see how it's wide. So they're wider than the hips.
You've got to work on those legs to keep them
Yeah,
together.
just keep them there, and it will take 5 or 6 seconds for it to kick in.
Yeah, that's what you can feel that delay, and then it's like, you've got the drive, then you need to take it back off.
Yeah.
You're fighting that.
Yeah, the fight.
Yeah.
So you'll find it'll go like, okay, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5, and usually that's when people go, okay, that's enough. But you've got to keep going. So you'll probably take 10 to get back, 5 to feel the effect, 10 to get back. Sweet. Thank you very much for the jumps, guys. Does anyone have any questions? That was a good break off too.
I have 2 questions.
Huh?
One, do you want me to transfer money to the same account, or do you want me to transfer it to different?
No, same old. Send invoices out tonight, so that way you'll be able to just see the account and the amount and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't sent it for you for the other day yet either, have I?
Yeah, same.
For the Friday, I haven't sent it for Friday.
the Friday.
I did?
We need one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So I'll just do it all on one invoice. That way it's not separate, and you can just have that total.
And the other one was, can we get some videos of it?
Yes, you can. Okay. Excellent.